Y'all, I just got done watching Marvel Studios' Thunderbolts, and these are my initial thoughts. Honestly, love the character development of Yelena, played by Florence Pugh. I felt that Marvel never really dove deep into her character's origin story in her first appearance. And in her second appearance, when she was in Hawkeye, they really try to like frame the blame of Natasha's death on Hawkeye and get her to play like this revenge role, like getting her payback for her sister's death. But it didn't really work out for me. I felt like that was too forced. But like in this film, I felt like they covered her whole entire backstory so well, and that it was so clear that she was dealing with the pain of being lonely and being like, she didn't have no purpose in her missions. Felt like she didn't have no purpose in her life, trying to do these assignments after assignments for her boss. She felt like she was in a constant loop. She couldn't fill her void, no pun intended, of emptiness. Funny enough, the void plays a huge role in this film, with characters trying to reenact their traumatic experience through their memory. Characters are trying to face their worst traumatic experiences throughout in their memories and trying to stand up to them. For example, Yelena in the movie goes through her whole reenactment of the Red Room's procedure when she first killed this innocent young lady when she was 5 years old, or like a toddler. And then second, when she was in this like race in her Red Room, who can like reload the gun fastest. Whoever loses literally gets whipped. And I swear to God, that was like the most like demonized, like crazy. I couldn't even imagine that shit, bro. Can't even imagine that, bro. I really love the action sequences in this movie. It really felt like you're on your toes every time, you know, something crazy happened and some crazy fight between all the Thunderbolt members were to happen. And it was insane. Really loved the Red Guardian's comedic performance. I felt like it was on par to the Black Panther movies with like M'Baku, where they would just bring that energy of like, they're just like energetic characters that bring passion to like serious moments. It seemed that it's little over exaggerating expressions that they bring, but I feel like it's well needed in like those scenarios where like all the characters are too serious and you just need that one guy to just bring some random like yell or like scream to like bring like everyone like joy in that scenario. You get me? I don't know how to explain it, but like it's like the joy of happiness, the spirit of happiness that these characters bring. That's sort of like it's kind of humorous in a way. The only downside to this movie, spoiler alert, but I hate how they just killed Taskmaster off the bat, bro. Just randomly, just headshot to the fucking face. And I'm like, you could have did it like a more like exciting way. Maybe like Sentry at the end of the movie just choke slams her or some shit, rips her apart like Homelander. They literally said, the actor who plays Sentry, he said his character is way worse than Homelander, and I disagree, bro. I disagree. I feel like his character in the MCU, probably top 5, but outside, comparing it to Homelander is just a different stratosphere. Like, he's just psychotic, and his Sentry is not really that psychotic. He's just mentally ill or mentally like, I don't know how to explain it. He was just dealing with problems the entire movie. He's not really that psychotic in a way that Homelander just loves killing just for the art of it. But like Sentry is just, you know, he's just misunderstood. He had an abusive childhood and he's just trying to like, you know, cope from that. I love how Marvel just brought back the Marvel Studios title card, but they changed it in a sort of really unique way. It felt like, you know, it felt kind of nostalgic from like the old 2000s like Marvel movies. Spoiler alert, but it's like a bunch of comic panels of Sentry and a bunch of comic panels of, you know, the Thunderbolts. And I felt like that was really like the early 2000s, where they would just put like Marvel title card as like a comic panel flipping through. And it just felt really nostalgic in a way. And then it just turned into like some darkness after, into like the void, trying to foreshadow what's gonna happen in the movie. And I really messed with that, bro. Marvel, you really did your thing. You really brought it back. I hated how you took it away in Captain America Brave New World. But you guys did your thing now. I love it, bro. I love it. I could see how people can draw parallels between the Suicide Squad and the Thunderbolts, but sort of like a whole different like narrative. Like the Suicide Squad, they have like bombs planted inside of them, and they have to literally follow this one boss orders, and if they don't, they just get exploded off the bat. Thunderbolts case, I feel like each character has their own say in which assignment they want to do, and they don't have a thought in the back of their head that they will get executed for not complying to like Val's demands. But I feel like, you know, in the start of the film, it felt like she did have those commands because she wanted to kill the Thunderbolts because they had knowledge of the evidence that she was using for her little experiments on superhumans like Sentry. So she wanted to kill them so that the court doesn't get to them and know what the hell she was doing behind closed doors. I felt like she wasn't really that psychotic like Amanda Waller is with the Suicide Squad. And she's like, you know, she says in the movie that righteous without power is just an opinion. And I felt like that really sets the tone that she is not like, she's a power hungry person, but she's not like that power hungry to the point where she's gonna be putting bombs inside of her employees because she's afraid that they won't obey to her demands. Honest spoiler alert, I don't know how I feel at the end of the movie, how they'll just call them the New Avengers. I know it's like in the narrative sense that it works because she was trying to move on from the whole Sentry incident and trying to last minute try to go take responsibility of what the Thunderbolts did helping the citizens of New York. So she would just be like sort of like respected towards the media. But it's like, damn being the New Avengers. I mean, like we already have the Young Avengers trying to group up, and now we have these guys being called the New Avengers. And that's why they put the asterisk. Now I understand, bruh. Now I really understand why they put the asterisk near the Thunderbolts logo, because they're the New Avengers, supposedly, but like, I don't know how I feel about it, man. It's a little controversial, but like, I get it. Hey, bruh, it is what it is, bruh. It is what it is. I'm gonna lie, spoiler alert again, the post-credit scene to this movie really just took every loose thread from every single Marvel Cinematic movie from past Endgame and just connected it, bro, so seamlessly. I swear to God. Spoiler alert. But like, they're in the New Avengers Tower, and then they get this whole like signal, this radar from space, and you just see the spaceship coming down, and then you see it flip, and it's the Fantastic Four logo, bro. I swear to God, it's the Fantastic Four. Now I understand, bro. Now I understand why Fantastic Four is after Thunderbolts. Bro, I'm actually so hyped, and it's actually now making sense, bro. Finally, Marvel, bro, connecting all the loose ends. Bro, I felt like this multiversal saga, it felt like everything was so messy, like all these post-credit scenes leading to nothing, Ant-Man leading to nothing, Doctor Strange, I don't even know what he's doing with his third eye, Spider-Man No Way Home with this whole Venom symbiote situation, I don't even know, bro. But finally, we got some, you know what I'm saying, some actual proof, evidence that everything's connected, bruh. We have this sign of hope, bruh. Sign of hope, bruh. I'm actually excited for Fantastic Four. And yeah, bruh. Well, y'all, my rating for this movie, I'm not gonna lie, they marketed it like it's the best film after Endgame. And my review is an 8.9 out of 10, bro. I'm not gonna lie, it's actually good. I'm not gonna say it's the best film after Endgame. I feel like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. We got Spider-Man No Way Home. I feel like it's top 3, top 4 post-Endgame MCU films, but like, I'm not gonna lie, bro, it's actually really good. And it's coming from, you know what I'm saying, it's really just a random movie with a bunch of anti-heroes trying to team up, and it's like, it doesn't make sense on paper, but I feel like Marvel's the only studio that can make this work. They did it with the Guardians of the Galaxies, they did it with Eternals, which was a flop, but like, at least they tried. But I feel like Marvel Studios is the only studio that can do this, bro. They literally did a big one with this movie. I felt like it put Yelena with like top tier Marvel. She went from a C tier to like a goddamn, I'm not gonna lie, she's probably A tier now, bro. I ain't gonna cap. She's A tier, bro. Yeah, bro, you put a lot of people on the map. We didn't hear about John Walker since like the Falcon Winter Soldier series. We didn't hear about Ghost since Ant-Man and the Wasp. Brought these people back and made them like important, really like cared about superheroes, you get me? I really messed with it, bro. I messed with the Red Guardian. I still mess with Bucky. And yeah, bro. Hey, yeah, bro. This is my review for the Thunderbolt MCU film. And I ain't gonna cap, I loved it. I'm excited for what's to come from Marvel in the next few years, bro. I ain't gonna cap, bro. We have Fantastic Four next. And then we have Doomsday, bro. Doom. Dr. Doom. Dr. Von Doom. You get me? Doom. But I just love Marvel, bro. This is what Marvel goes on these runs where they're flopping, and then people are like losing hope on Marvel studio movies, and then they just come back with films like this. Thunderbolts, we got Deadpool last year, we got Guardians of the Galaxy 2 years ago, God damn, bruh. Marvel is literally, I feel like the next couple films, bruh, Marvel's gonna go on a run. I just feel it. I feel it. I feel it. That run is about to go crazy. And yeah, bro, it's been your boy Sayburr, and I'm out. Peace.